Welcome to Ultimate 8-Man, the ultimate destination for everything 8-man football, where the field is smaller, the action is faster, and the passion runs deep. Whether you're a player, a coach, or a die-hard fan, we bring you breakdowns, tips and strategies, coaching insights, and jaw-dropping plays from across the 8-man world. Join us as we shine a light on the athletes and teams redefining the games, because in 8-man football, every snap counts. Hey football heads, we're back this week, and if you like running the ball down somebody's throat, this video's for you. We're talking ISO, we're on the whiteboard, showing you all the different ways to scheme it up. Gonna be a good one. Let's go! Alright, let's get this. I love ISO, and I'm gonna show you how to go versus a 3-2. The whole premise of this play is to block this linebacker. Isolate him with your fullback. You want this bad boy to be a collision. Right here, right now. Play side offensive line is no different than what we've talked about in previous videos. Double to the backside linebacker. Tight end, base blocks this defensive end, which allows your fullback to square up on that linebacker head on. Tailback is going to follow the block, make a cut one way or another, and go to green grass. The key here, quarterback, you need to reverse field to hand off to stay out of your fullback's way. Okay, let's look at it 3D view. We'll slow it down. Double to backside. Isolate that linebacker, tailback, you're off and running. The wrinkles you can do with ISO and why I like this play so much is you can play a little game here. If this nose guard is their best player, all you do is take the guard and hammer him on an angle to your nose, and you fold your center behind and load up the linebacker there. You could have your fullback probably go to corner. Your tailback follows behind. And your backside guard can cut off here, this linebacker, and we can base block here. If we do that, it looks just like this. Everybody's accounted for. And that's a nice adjustment if their nose is a good player and your center is athletic enough to fold behind the guard. I would call it fold, ISO fold, knowing that they're going to hammer down, get an angle on that nose, and then wrap around. You can call it whatever you want. Another fun way you can play games with your offensive line versus your defensive line is take that same concept of folding center and guard, and you do it with your guard and your tight end. You can go either way. It doesn't matter. You could have a call for each one. You have to be able to single block your nose if you can do that. But if you want to release guard to kick out on an angle with this defensive end, if you want your tight end to wrap underneath and ISO on that linebacker, backside guard takes care here. That frees your fullback up to hit the first guy that shows. Could be safety, could be corner. Tailback follows the blocks, makes the cut however they want. Quarterback still releases out. Looking at it from this, cross, cross, cross. Guard has to go first. Tight end comes behind off their hip. You would probably do that if this defensive end is a stud and you wanted to kick him out right away and you could handle your nose on a single block. The other things you can do with that is when you flip-flop it, you do everything the same except your tight end, ear hole him into oblivion. Fullback then gets to clean up there, probably going to go to corner at that point. Tailback just finds the open hole. And they're gone. Full speed here. Cross, cross, done. Call it an X block. You could call it a GY block. You could call it a YG block. You call it whatever you wanted within your terminology. Doesn't matter. As long as your players know it, that's all that matters. But those are a couple wrinkles out of the blocking scheme you can do while maintaining the ISO concept. If you want to go versus a 3-3, concept's the same. We double to Mike that we do on other plays. Base block, tight end to the defensive end. We load up on this play side outside linebacker. And we're running right to the middle of the field. Full speed here. Reverse out, give. Tailback could be running for a mile. The other thing you can do is tag the backside guard to come through. So your concept there is going to be doubling to the mic, like always. You still base block, you still fullback comes through, But instead of your guard inside releasing here, they are going to follow and pull behind, actually pull in front and pick up the linebacker. Fullback is going to follow behind and pick up the defensive back. Tailback is going to follow his butt, first guy that shows. Backside tight end is going to have to cut off here, though. That's about the only difference. So let's run it here. Slow-mo. We're through. Fullback pulls. Probably hits that linebacker. Full speed. Double-double. Guard pulls. Fullback's up through the hole. That's a nice wrinkle. I love tagging power versus 3-3 because you get everybody accounted for. Something about ISO versus forefront that just kind of gives you that one-on-one, our guy is better than your guy mentality that I really like and usually can result in a big play. Base block, release to linebacker, base block, fullback goes and finds playside linebacker. Q reverses out, tailback gets the ball, follows, cuts it, puts his foot in the ground. Real quick, full speed, just like that. You can also do your cross block here if you want. Nothing changes. If you want to get this guy moving on an angle, get this guy kicked out, you can widen your path of shade, go through, and then your tailback can follow. Slow-mo here, just to give you that cross block look. Boom, boom, angles. Fullback still's loading up, and we're golden. So different ways you can do that versus forefront. It's essentially just a man-on-man scheme, though. One is fun. Say you have a 3 technique, and you want to just hammer that dude. You can double, tight, up to Mike. Whether this linebacker's back or he's up in a true forefront, however you want to do it, doesn't matter. We're going to base and kick out here, leaving this guy exposed right away. It's the same concept as your midline option, but instead of optioning, you're just going to smoke this dude. Tailback's going to probably be tight and up the middle of the field. Quarterback still reverses out. Let's go 3D, full speed. See how he just vacates? You can hammer him with your fullback. And something really fun to do sometimes is put an extra offensive lineman here, and you get some big on bigs, and usually makes for a nice little collision and gets everybody pumped up. Great play against a 3 tech. The other thing you can do versus 3 tech is you can almost isolate this safety if you want to, or the mic, however you want to do it. Probably you're going to be looking at the mic, depending if this guy's disciplined or not. Take the steps here. You can do your cross block where you're down on that 3 tech here. You can take your guard and go out. Your fullback can widen the path and wrap around. Like I said, whoever shows first could be safety, could be linebacker. Tailback reads it, makes a move, and they're gone. So full speed, down. That opens up. Once again, it's going to be one of these 2 guys. If you go spread, and this is versus 3-2, but really any spread, because that defense is going to move and you can manipulate it however you want, you can still run ISO with your Q. Your fullback's still going to ISO, but your quarterback's a dual threat runner. Versus that, you're doubling still. Nothing changes on that to backside. Still base block that defensive end. Fullback comes across, picks up that linebacker. You can do a fake here. You can do a play action fake. Fake the quick throw over here. Maybe run a little bubble route with him. You can fake quick, fake here, and then Q can follow your fullback through the hole and cut it outside. Let's just go one time here. Nothing changes. Concept's the same. Your quarterback is just a runner instead of your tailback, and it pulls the defense out. This is versus man. If they pull the nose guard in the gap here and squeeze this defensive end over, you still can run this. You might want to do that fold block, though, because you've got it right here. So that would just look like guard inside to the linebacker. This guard hammers the nose down. We fold across. You've got linebacker, and then you're isoing up to safety or corner. Quarterback fakes, and then follows, probably bounces outside at that point, which is going to look something like this. Fold, come across, fullback leads up. You got it right there. I mean, that's just stealing. You want to run a straight power tag off of this, or wraparound tag off of this, you can still do that and have your fullback as the runner. I've got the defense lined up in kind of a zone look. Doesn't really matter. Where you double here up to Mike linebacker. We base this guy. He pulls across and probably going to hit the corner. First guy that shows. You can give to your fullback and he can go. The option off this is you read this defensive end. You turn it into a power read where quarterback can hand it off if he stays. If he squeezes all the way down, quarterback can then pull and get to the edge. Hopefully these guys block a little bit. So you can do that off of this. The other thing you can do off of this power look is you can have an RPO action where you're reading this linebacker if he's in zone coverage. If they're inside leverage here, though, I would run this power action, and then where he's already inside, I would just run a quick bubble screen, have him block, go out like he's going for a route, and then block, and then you've got a quick decision here and here, because if this guy comes inside at all with the run action, with the pulling guard, you can just throw it right here, right now, go pick up 5 easy yards. So there's a lot of options off of this. That's why I like ISO. That's why I like power. That's why I like all these things off of this, because you can manipulate the defense and you can use your blocking scheme to your advantage. So we're just going to look at it full speed versus the RPO look we just did. Say that linebacker comes in, you can throw this right here, right now. If he sits and does nothing or goes out with your receiver, then you can just give the ball, or you can still pull it and then turn into a runner. If this guy flies out quickly, you can just cut it up and go gain 5 yards. A lot of options off of this. Got to rep it, though, and you got to be smart. Last two things I want to show is an ISO power with your tailback out. This is versus a 3-3. Double base. Guard pulls through. Fullback heads up the safety. And quarterback is your runner. Takes a fake and follows through. Everybody's accounted for. Nice. And you're down to green grass. One is just a quick handoff with your fullback. Blocking scheme's the same. But you just hand it off with your fullback, power across, safety's unaccounted for, going to have to make a move. Man, there's not much better than a perfectly schemed up ISO play. There's just so much versatility with it. I absolutely love it. I know it was a little bit longer, but I hope you got something out of it. Check out our other videos if you want to learn more about the 8-man game. Let's keep this thing rolling, baby. Catch you guys on the flip side.